Solving Syria and Iran while maintaining U.S. military dominance. Barack Obama and Mitt Romney locked heads in their final pre-election debate. The incumbent president pitted his foreign policy record against the Republican candidate's lack of one, as the challenger tried hard to stay on the offensive but failed, according to polls. RT's Governer Mitt Romney watched proceedings from Washington for us.
This debate showed that the candidates agree on a lot of things. On some issues, they were almost in sync with one another, even using the same words. It seemed the occasional bickering that happened between them was more for the sake of the debate rather than about real differences in the policies that they proposed. On Iran, for example, they couldn't agree more with each other. They were absolutely on the same page with regards to crippling sanctions on Iran, with regards to backing Israel. They were saying exactly the same things. But President Obama did say something interesting. He said he's against the premature military action against Iran. Governor Romney's evasive response to the same question suggested that he doesn't want to go there either. He said, I don't want to get into hypothetical. So then on Afghanistan, Governor Romney showed himself as an advocate of the president's policies there. He said that he thinks the surge was successful, that as the president of the United States, he too would bring troops home in 2014, something that President Obama says he's going to do. On Syria, though, they both agree that the U.S. should get rid of Assad and make sure that the next government in Syria is friendly to the United States. They both agreed, although they did disagree on whether or not the U.S. should give heavy weapons to the rebels in Syria. That's what Governor Romney suggested, whereas President Obama at least seems to recognize the complexity of the situation on the ground. Take a listen.
For us to get more entangled militarily in Syria is a serious step. And we have to do so making absolutely certain that we know who we are helping, that we're not putting arms in the hands of folks who eventually could turn them against us or our allies in the region.
To a more general point, Governor Romney kept using the word opportunity when talking about the revolutions in the Middle East and North Africa, when talking about Syria. And it's very telling of the foreign policy that he's suggesting. It's very opportunistic. With regards to Syria, he basically said that the U.S. should take advantage of the crisis in Syria to deliver a defeat to Iran.
Syria is an opportunity for us because Syria plays an important role in the Middle East, particularly right now. Syria is Iran's only ally in the Arab world. It's their route to the sea. It's the route for them to arm Hezbollah in Lebanon, which threatens, of course, our ally Israel. And so seeing Syria remove Assad is a very high priority for us.
The candidates did mention Russia on a few occasions, although there was no specific question about Russia. Of course, that hot mic moment came up, the one between President Obama and Russia's Dmitry Medvedev this spring, when the U.S. president suggested that he would be more flexible to discuss America's missile defense plans in Europe after the election. And for that remark, the president has come under an avalanche of criticism in Washington. Criticism that came down to this, basically: how dare you be flexible with the Russians or want to talk to them about security issues? And Governor Romney, during this debate, has made a similar point.
I have clear eyes on this. I'm not going to wear rose-colored glasses when it comes to Russia or Mr. Putin, and I'm certainly not going to say to him, I'll give you more flexibility after the election. After the election, he'll get more backbone.
The missile defense shield in Europe is a long-standing sore point in the relations between the two countries. Moscow has suggested many times resolving the issue by building the shield together, but to no avail. And the only response Russia has been getting from this administration was, don't worry, it's not against you. But then they listened to candidate Romney, who calls Russia an enemy, and virtually every statement on Russia that candidate Romney has made so far has actually played into the concerns that Moscow has with regards to this shield, because Russia then says, okay, President Obama, we believe you, but what if maybe not this year, but 4 years from now, someone with the mindset of Governor Romney is elected president? How is he or she going to use those military bases so close to the Russian borders? Because that shield is not a 4-year project. It's a long-running thing. And despite this administration's more forthcoming official attitude, the issue still stands.